May the words of my mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. If you have ever been present at baptism, maybe like the one today, whether it's a squirming infant in lace or a grown man in a muddy river, you know it is a powerful moment. It is more than water. Something happens. Something is said, not just by the pastor, but by God. In baptism, God says, "You are mine." And that is how the 10 Commandments, which we heard just a few moments ago, how those 10 Commandments began. Not with judgment, but with belonging. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. God does not begin with, "Here are the rules." He begins with relationship. The commandments are not conditions for God's love. They are consequences of it. They are not requirements to earn God's favor. They are a description of the life we live because God has already claimed us. Like at baptism. Baptism is not a reward for the good life, living a good life. It is the beginning of one. It is God saying, "You belong to me. Now live like you are mine." The commandments sketch out a world where people live in trust and fidelity, where lies are rare and envy has no place. A world where people honor the name of God and the dignity of their neighbors. But even so, there's always someone who says, "I've kept the commandments. I haven't murdered. I haven't stolen. I haven't bowed down to any golden calves lately." It's tempting to treat those commandments like a checklist. Do this, don't do that, and you're good. But then, this morning in the gospel, Jesus speaks. "You have heard it said, 'You shall not murder.' But I say to you," and he names anger, he names insults, he names that quiet grudge you've been holding since last Thanksgiving. He names the tension that still crackles under the surface of your polite silence. Jesus is not lowering the bar. He is not making it easier. He is taking the law and he is pressing it deeper, beyond the hands to the heart. Not because he wants to shame us, but because he knows we have been baptized into something better. And so Jesus paints a picture. If you are offering your gift at the altar, and remember, your brother or sister has something against you, leave it. Go. Be reconciled. He's saying reconciliation matters more than ritual. He's saying your worship is not complete until your relationships are being healed. That is baptismal logic. Baptism doesn't just unite us to Christ. It joins us to His body, to one another. And in that body, there is no room for anger that festers, no space for bitterness to grow unchecked. To be baptized is to be signed into the story of reconciliation. It is to be washed into a world where enemies become siblings, where wrongs are named and forgiven. And sometimes that begins with a phone call. Sometimes it means saying, I was wrong. Sometimes it means receiving those words with grace. And all of it, every hard step, is made possible not by our own righteousness, but by the righteousness that comes from Christ. And where does this all lead? To the cross. Because at the cross, Jesus didn't just talk about reconciliation. He accomplished it. He didn't just teach about righteousness, He gave us His own. He took every broken commandment, every wound that we have caused or have received, every insult spoken and left unhealed, and He carried it to the grave. And from the grave, God raised Him. And in baptism, we are united to that death and resurrection, which means the law no longer accuses us. It now describes us. It says, this is the shape of the life God is creating in you by grace. So maybe this week, you will be standing in line at the grocery store, or folding laundry, or scrolling your phone, God forbid. And something will stir. A memory of someone you've hurt, or someone who's hurt you. And the voice of Jesus will echo. First, go and be reconciled. And in that moment, you will be remembering your baptism, because you have been washed. You belong to Christ. You are not your anger. You are not your silence. You are not the worst thing that you have done or the best thing that you have kept hidden. You are His, and He is making you new. So walk in that baptismal life. Live forgiven. Live free. Live reconciled. In a word, live wet. Amen.